Hey everyone, welcome back to Poplar Preparedness. This is another subscriber report. Reports coming from you guys from around the world of what you guys are seeing out there on your store shelves and with industries and your workplaces and such. Let's jump right in. Chris L. says, my daughter is an HR at a mayonnaise company and they're having problems with the supply chain of eggs. We're hearing that from a lot of places, especially over in Australia, that eggs are once again getting a lot more scarce. Australia, we're hearing a lot, and you're going to hear some of these reports that the store shelves are empty of eggs in a lot of cases. So, Ambient Life says from Australia, yes, we have a limit of 24 eggs we can buy at a time. And even then, there are not a lot of varieties to choose from. It's been like this for about a month now. Also limit on tissues. So things are getting more constrained over there in Australia. A whole bunch of you chimed in that this is because they're having egg shortage because eggs and hens lay less eggs in the wintertime. And well, obviously that's a true fact. Of course, they do manipulate with light, especially in industries and such. How come they don't have any egg shortages in previous years? That's the thing. I mean, they know winter happens every year. So, I mean, for them to have an egg shortage, there's something going on there. Now, it may be because they've culled so many of these birds, and that's why they're having an egg shortage. Maybe they import a bunch of their eggs. I don't know. But something's going on there that we're not being told just yet about. Nobody seems to have their finger pointed on what it is, and I don't believe it's just that, that there's so many free-range hens, and usually when you see free-range, they're not really free range, and they're probably being lit up by lights indoors in order to keep them producing. Helen in Queens, New York says, I'm seeing shortages on sections of pasta, rice, tomato sauce, flour, potatoes, peanut butter, cat food, coffee, sugar, chickpeas, and mustard. Thank you for that report there, Helen in Queens, New York. She also says, Hellmann's mayonnaise has short expiration dates of only 1 month. At all supermarkets and at the bottom underneath, it's a tan brown color. Yuck. Never seen this before, and they are selling mayonnaise jars from Italy. Now, why are they doing that? Short expiration dates on a lot of products. And lots of question marks in her comment there. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of stuff, expiration. Some of you guys have been talking about, I mentioned about how I got the meat, the ground beef, and it was set to expire on August 8th, and I think I cracked it open on August 1st, I think it was, and expired. I mean, it smelled like sulfur coming out at me, and it's like, I'm not putting that in canning jars. Folks, it wasn't expired, and we're having a lot of that out there where stuff is going bad before the expiration dates, especially fresh meat. Is that because they're not having enough CO2 to purge the packaging? I've heard that explanation, possibly, because there is a CO2 shortage out there, but we're seeing shorter dates on expirations for everything. We've been seeing that for a while, but it's getting kind of extreme now. Star Adams, California here. I have seen empty spots for eggs for a year. That includes dairy products. But I was told last year things like that were more due to trucking and lack of stockers in the back. But that was then. Last, and I'm not sure if this is like week or day or something. Last, I asked the employees, and they said the shortages were coming. They were seeing it before we were. So they're being told that it's just trucking and lack of stockers, but, a year ago, and they're still having these issues. And then now she's hearing from the employees that things are about to get a lot worse. And they're seeing it already on their end of things. So once again, we're hearing from people on the inside saying, uh-oh, There's something going on again. So pay attention, folks. Get what you need. Stock up now. Don't wait for SHTF to start your pantry, food pantry, right? Prepping pantry. Patty C says, yesterday I went to a local Family Dollar store. The non-food aisles were crowded with unpacked boxes. We're seeing that across the board where non-food and cosmetics and stuff like that, personal hygiene stuff. That stuff is just, there's tons of it. But when it gets into food and hygiene and vitamins and stuff like that, suddenly there's shortages. Yesterday I went to a local Family Dollar store. The non-food aisle was crowded with unpacked boxes. There were unpacked boxes stuffed on the shelves in some aisles. In other aisles, particularly the food aisles and hygiene like toothpaste, the shelves were very bare and picked over. It gave the impression that they don't have the staff to keep the shelves stocked properly in the areas they have product, and there are many products that they just aren't receiving. Lisa R., in both of the Aldis in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and Arlington, Texas, there were no canned lima beans. I checked at Walmart in Oklahoma, but no lima beans there either. What's up with that? No lima beans. Are you guys seeing a lima bean shortage out there too? I know I've seen some issues with certain kinds of beans out there, particularly canned, but I haven't actually been looking for lima beans, so if you guys have noticed that out there where you are, chime in on that too. And please do keep your reports coming. Just pop them down in the comments below. If you want to use the word update in there somewhere, it makes it a lot easier for me to find them, but if you put it on one of these videos, I will most likely find them anyway. Pet Reacher says, yesterday in Shawano, Wisconsin, Walmart, I did notice all the missing food products and higher prices, but was especially surprised at the clothing departments, where you normally could barely make it through crowded clothing racks with a cart. Now aisles are wide open with only a quarter of the racks. Molly Paints says, I went to Walmart yesterday. I haven't been there for quite a while. In February, the canned beef was $7.53. Yesterday, it was $9.98. That's quite a jump in price in 5 months. The eggs were sparse, as were the dairy items. No rice of any kind. This was in the Minneapolis area. Michelle's Garden. She says, Steve, I thought you would like to know the Victorian government in Australia is trying to pass a law to stop the public from fishing in freshwater bodies. That's right. You don't have a right to eat. You only get to eat what the government allows you to eat. Suburban Prepper says, I am the director of a large food pantry in Spokane, Washington. Northeast Food Pantry. Our walk-in freezer is empty. I am very concerned. Food pantry up in Spokane, Washington. The Cheapskates Club. Hey, am I an honorary member? I feel like an honorary member. The Cheapskates Club says, eggs, cheese, toilet paper, paper towel, tissues, frozen veggies are all in very short supply. This is Australia. Coles, Woolworths, and Aldi are all in similar situation. Australia. Folks, we're getting more and more reports out there that things do seem to be taking a turn for the worse on the store shelves. So, just review what you got. Check what you got. Make sure that the things that you have haven't, your canned goods haven't rusted. Make sure that the food that you've put away haven't been gotten into by rodents and stuff like that. Heaven forbid you've put away something And then later on, when you really need it, you find out that it's worthless because it's been eaten by something else before you've gotten to eating it. So please do check your food supplies. Make sure everything is good to go. If you need to replace some things, now is the time to do that because we're starting to see those holes reappearing out there. So get stocked up. If you haven't started a prepper pantry, if you haven't started stocking up long-term food storage, you do still have time, but you need to get hauling. You need to get hauling, folks. Do what you can out there. If you're on a short budget, keep taking baby steps as best you can. Buying some canned goods. Make sure you're buying the cheap stuff. Don't buy fancy stuff. Buy the cheapest stuff. Rice and beans, dry, is the cheapest you can go, really. Do that. Make sure you have some kind of way to cook it up. All right, folks, if you like this video, you might want to check out this video right here. Otherwise, I will see you later. Steve Poplar, out.